Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, David.
Um, I
How are
just
you
thought
this fine Mother's Day?
uh, I'm running out of insulin, so there's an excessive beeping that's happening.
Oh well, please
Uh,
don't die.
won't die.
Please not on the show.
I
Mind
well,
you,
like
that might be good for ratings. I don't know.
you could try it. Just dial 9-1 and get ready.
All right,
Uh,
I've got 9-1 in the queue.
it's queued up.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm just gonna pop a thing into our Discord. Speaking of our
I put a
Discord.
little thing said that we're going live right away.
Okay, cool.
So
Um, Good stuff. Good stuff then. Yeah, so welcome to the weekend before the long weekend.
yes, I don't. Okay, but does the states have the same long weekend?
I don't know. I don't think they do.
I don't think
Cause
they do.
I don't
If
think they
anything,
do.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
you know if it's not a long weekend,
we have traditionally this is the first weekend everyone goes camping and gets snowed on.
traditionally, but this
Traditionally,
year it's going to be different. We're not going to get snowed on.
you just wrecked it for everyone. Thanks, David. I said traditionally, and you said the opposite.
Nah,
David, why jinx it for everyone?
because I'm a jerk.
Oh well,
And then I pulled my trailer out already, so
don't do that.
don't pull my trailer out, but it's already
Nope,
done.
no, it's too early. You're jinxing it for everyone.
Oh, well then be that way. I don't know. I don't know.
So, are you going out next weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We are
So,
camping.
so we may not have a stream next weekend. We'll see. I might do it on my own. Maybe I'll see if anyone else wants to join me or something. But we'll figure something out.
It'll be a thing.
And it's almost coming on summer break season, so be prepared for more interruptions.
Yes, and I figured out how to do the Patreon thing. Hello, Dominic.
Excellent.
So that should go live this week, and then we will have the 2 tiers of Patreon.
So you figured out how the free people can join
Yeah.
Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Because I couldn't see anything actually within Patreon to do that, but
it was weird, and there's rabbit holes. Oh goodness, was there rabbit holes? They
off
won't
the
let me
rabbit
download
hole.
the personal teams. Just dumb.
Well. That's
Anyway,
you don't need to do it now.
people, here's the biggest news of the week for 3D printing. Skype is dead.
Well, it was dead last week.
I suppose.
To be fair.
But it died, and it was sad.
Yes. It was
long lived. Oh, he's gone, guys. He's gone. Oh, he might come back. Okay, now he's back, but without audio.
I didn't go anywhere.
And now he's back.
I didn't go anywhere. I could see you the whole time.
He's good. He went somewhere.
Well, if I did, I don't know.
I could see you, but you look like the like that.
I don't know. I got nothing.
It froze a little. I was all. I'm not sure if it was me or you. It's tough to know sometimes because you know when you're both doing stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, we got a few things to chat about today. I used the French term.
We should thanks people though.
Okay, you do some give thanks. Except just remember, it's not Thanksgiving next weekend. It's Victoria's Day.
Okay, that's true.
Okay.
Well, we want to thank all the lovely people on Patreon that support us, Helge at the top and everyone else on the list. Thank you so much. As David mentioned, we are tweaking some stuff and things, and David seems to have figured out how to get the magic of Discord connected for our free tier, and everyone else will still have the private Patreon or Discord on Patreon as well. So we'll have a nice way to chat with everyone and communicate stuff. And and any other stuff and things that you need to know about us, you can go to www.3dmakeit.ca. So
Well done. Well done. He does it
and
well.
news articles are a little thin. I did watch a couple of the Bond Tech videos lately with they did a little more deep dive into the new system, and looks pretty cool, I gotta say.
I can dig it. I'm looking forward to
Dominic
tool
says
changing.
he updated his Patreon. Did it take? We'll have to look. I am not actually quite sure.
I didn't get an alert, but Patreon
that doesn't
barely
mean
alerts us any time. So
we'll look and confirm. Thanks, Dominic. We appreciate your support. Thanks.
You're the best around.
Yeah. So it was kind of neat. Just kind of they were talking about some of the stuff that's not changing, some of the stuff that they're still kind of working on. All of it's going to be the centered 3D printed nylon kind of stuff for the actual tools. All the tools are going to be around $35, and that includes your nozzle and everything, the heat break. So that's not unreasonable.
And how much you say?
$35
for
that
cheap.
piece. Yeah, so that's like each tool is $35, but it's probably US, but $35 roughly.
Or Belgian.
Yeah, and then you got when you buy the extruder piece, it does inductive heating. That's why you can heat up and cool down so quickly and whatnot. So it's kind of neat, and so it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to as they develop it and seeing how things go and whatnot. So
what are you gonna? The real question is what are you gonna put it on?
I don't know if I'll put it on anything, but if I mean it does fit a 0. I have a 0.
I mean, you could do that.
Yeah. So
it was good.
Yeah. But other than that, the only other thing that I found that probably is pretty relevant for today is the spool issue. Did you have a look at that
spool issue? We've been talking like maybe not.
Well, because and I thought it was relevant because David made something to fix this issue.
Yeah, well, like fix is a strong word. So like when you get into like patch the problem. When you get into the AMSs, CFSs, the ACE systems, like any of those external systems, you're gonna end up with one problem usually. Crealities is trying to fix it. I don't know if they 100% fix it, but the spool size, oh my goodness, the spool size is a problem in some of them. Too wide, too narrow, too tall, too short.
Yeah, there's no, there doesn't seem to be a standardized spool size.
No, and so like Greg is right. Over last weekend and maybe like Monday, I printed all the components for a spool winder, right? So
it looks pretty nice.
It works real good. So the one I printed, I could probably hold on, I'll find a Maker World link here. Actually, can you I need 35 seconds without, because I'm gonna do my insulin so it stops beeping.
You would like me to like talk about things? Why don't I share my screen first of all? Just hold on.
Let me get that on there.
Let me just go like this. Open URL. Come on. and I'll put that up there, and then I'll share my screen.
Oh yeah, because I shared you the link that I built, right? Teams app.
No, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to your screen share right now.
All
Here
right.
goes Greg's screen share, everybody.
So this is a really good illustration. So this is on Fabalulu. They have really good articles on 3D printing, and it's one of the sources I kind of look at when we're looking at topics and whatnot. But what's interesting is if you look at this is a really good example. You've got a black spool that's super wide. You've got a narrow spool here, but it's like kind of being pushed over because the wide one. Then you got a cardboard spool that's a little small. And then you've got this other one, which has like weird rounded sides. So there's there's no real standard. Most of them are pretty good. Um, I use a lot of Spool 3D spools, but they're a little tall for my AMS. So it's one of those things. Like we inherited spools from the welding, I think, industry originally. Like that was the more common spools that were around, and so and then everyone's kind of Prusa's made their own spools and whatnot. So that's the biggest thing is that they're all over the place in sizes, which is very frustrating. If I buy something and the spool is like really wide, it just doesn't work properly in the AMS. And I'm using my AMS all the time, not necessarily for multicolor. Part of it is just for storage. I'll store my current spools that I'm using because I've got desk in there and whatnot. It's a nice drier environment in there, so it's really nice to have the spools somewhere where they're ready to go. I can just quickly feed them in when I need them. If I'm doing a large print, I can put two of the same in there and just have it continue on when one runs out. So there's a lot of advantages to having like a CFS or an AMS or any of the other multi-material system, right? But yeah, when they're all different sizes, like I mean the spools ones are pretty good. And then I don't know if I have a bamboo one handy. I don't think I have a bamboo one handy, but they're all over the place in sizes. And so it's quite frustrating. I don't know if anyone else is having that issue. Inductive heating is quick as and response. Oh, that's for the previous chat. Yes. Dominic, I don't know. You don't have a multicolor system yet. But have you noticed that when you order filament, especially if you don't buy the same type of filament, that the spools are very different in size and shape? Because it's so frustrating when you're trying to do a project and you've like David's gone as far as buying this respooler so he can respool another spool onto one that's the size that works the best for in his CFS or AMS.
Yeah.
So
I have video back, but I also I ordered the new Polymaker Copo. It's a new filament.
okay.
It's not PLA. It's a new Polymaker filament. We can maybe show it in a minute here, but like the filament itself came on the spool so tangled the AMS couldn't print it.
Oh, that's the worst.
And so then my filament, so that's so that was one of the actual reasons that I was like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna build this. And it's just a filament winder, and I will show it in a second, but like you can hook your drill to it if you want, like just a power drill,
Is
and
this
run
it?
it real low speed. Yeah, polymade copolymer of no, because this was
No.
it prints like PLA.
Okay.
Look at the
I'm
filaments
looking.
image of a Proterra polylite.
PLA Pro, PLAC. Cause PLA.
No, that's caused. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up.
All right.
I bought it on the Amazons, so
Okay.
I can look it up. Probably. Amazon.
You said it's not PLA though.
No, it's like a pan. Is that pan chroma? No, that's not what it was. Is this it?
I'm looking. Not seeing.
Let me.
You still don't have video, by the way.
I know. I'm still doing it. I got distracted.
That's fine.
This pan chroma.
Pan
chroma.
And it's from Polymaker?
Hmm.
Okay.
It's CoPE. CO C little O big P big E. Okay, I'm gonna shut up again for a second.
Okay. So yeah, so he made, actually I wonder if I got the link. I think it was on is it Maker World? Maker World.
Yeah, Maker World, and then it was called like Spool Winder or Spool Rewinder. I think it was just called Spool Winder.
Is it this one? Was it this one?
Yeah, it was that one, and the one next to it was on the list of try to. So
yeah, so
that one, yeah.
So yeah, you can use your drill on it and whatnot. So you can, let's see if we can get a little demo here. I'll mute the audio just in case. Okay, so he's putting a drill bit in it, or so to wind it, and away he goes. Come on. So there you go, and it has a nice little mechanism on the bottom to evenly spool it. Looks pretty good. Have you? I'm not sure if David's tried it yet. Have you tried it yet? I can't hear you. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't hear you, but I assume we can hear audio, but I can't hear you. Hopefully everyone else can hear me, but oh, I hear audio now, music. Hello? All right. But yeah, so it looks pretty cool. So I don't know if David is actually talking or pretending to talk. So I'm sure he's just pretending now because he's just messing with us. But yeah, it looks pretty cool to re-spool it.
I had an issue.
And it looks like it goes pretty quick when you use the drill. And that one, I mean, it looks like it's going on. Like if you can see the one that's coming off of the one that's going on, it looks like it's going on very even.
Yeah, it's super. It's very like, I should have brought the spool in. It's very even. So like it went from that donor cardboard spool for one thing, and it took about a minute and 20 seconds for it to spool all of it over.
Very quick.
I started with the hand crank just to make sure.
Yeah.
But like the spool, so like I used the bamboo spool too because it unlocks and locks and you can reuse them. Um, so that's what I spooled it onto.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go so far as a router. Maybe if you made it out of aluminum.
I mean, so like I printed mine out of all ABS,
Yeah,
and it is
well,
not.
it should be a little more hardy for
It
friction and
yeah,
stuff.
like my drill is on setting number 2, which is faster. Um,
Gary wants to know: did it have bearings, or is it all just?
yeah, so it uses bearings. So this one uses 7 bearings.
Okay,
So it
just like
basically
the little split bearings, like for
yeah
3D printing, or
all the
the
608. See,
same of the ones in the wheel on the V wheels,
yeah, the 6. Well, like so it uses. I guess they call them
608s or whatever.
skateboard. Yeah, 608.
So
And
probably the same ones that are in these. These are
mhm.
608s.
Yeah, those are the 608s. So the same
Yeah.
ones. So like um let's see. He doubles up a few of the harder joints with 2 bearings as well. Just to kind of stiffen the frame up, and if you print it all in either PLA or ABS,
Mhm.
um and yeah, I use 608 rubber sealed, but you can use whichever one you have. But um once you print all the parts out, if you don't need to print,
Yeah,
um
7608 bearings.
yeah, and you don't need to print everything in the file either if you already have something to put the other spool on, like because one of them is just basically a
Free
spool
spin
holder.
kind of thing.
Yeah, so I didn't
Now, does
print.
that the
Mhm.
one that's free spinning, does it have more a little bit of friction so that it doesn't, like, if you slow down, it doesn't just keep spinning and then despooling?
So yes and no. Yes, it has stoppers on the one that he built, to slow it down a little bit as you're going. When I did it, I just held the filament, so then if I knew if I was slowing down, I would, I
You
could
could
just
put
put
on the
some pressure
brakes.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it works really good. The first time you do it, it's going to be very much a trust the process. Um, because you're like, what's going on? But
It's
it,
it, loo- it really looks like it makes a nice tight even spool, whereas the one that it's coming off of, it looks very all over the place.
yeah, like it's the donor spool, as they phrase it, is just
Yeah.
ugh. And yeah, that new one, it does, it spools it nice and easy, nice and quick. The only caveat I think in the whole system is try to print, like, you can see the carriage that's going back and forth.
Yeah.
Um, that piece prints in one piece, but try to print it out of the most rigid filament you have.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
because sometimes that gear likes to hop, and then it kind of makes things uh, go wonkadoo for a second. But other than that, I think like it's a really good, like, well thought out design. The other one that was beside it on Maker World is actually the other um, hot contender. The thing that sets this one aside is the herringbone gears. So like all the
Oh yeah.
gear, yeah, that one, yeah,
Is that one?
yeah. And so this is a newer one as well that kind of you can print it just by itself, like the other one. It has the spool mover. The gears in
Very
this one
fan
are
very
toothed.
fancy.
Yeah, and then it has its own donor spool system that's horizontal, so then the pressure is always there, which is neat.
Oh
And
wow, they fit it all on one.
yeah, you can do it all in one plate, 2 plates, and there's lots of extra different parts too that the community, in quotes, has developed for this this spool holder or spooner, I should say, respooler, just like handles, better bearings, the
It
gears. Mhm.
it is sad that you have to come up with a solution, and we can't just like have one size spool.
So here's the thing, Bamboo Lab, as we know, is they came out of the gates swinging, and they're like, here's our ecosystem. And I think that the Bamboo Lab spool should be the new universal spool as well.
Wow, that's high praise. I wonder if I still have one.
Be, the reason I say that is the bamboo spool out of the box already comes reusable. So yeah, you just turn them. There you go. And if you lose the cardboard insert that came with it, that's not an issue, because guess what? You can print the thing and put it back in. So
Now, it is the same width as the spools, but the spools actually. Huh.
I know, I did that too and went, why is this like
Why
this?
do they not fit in the same?
So they don't fit. They must be slightly.
They must be slightly.
Yeah, that we can't tell. But like the bamboo spool also comes in printable versions. So if you type in,
It's not perfectly round.
like the spool one.
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty close. I don't know.
The
But I found
bamboo
that
is
some of
slightly
these are too
smaller.
tall.
Yeah.
Some of these are too tall.
So it's slightly smaller, but like I said, you can print the inserts, and if you go to Maker World and you just type in bamboo spool,
Sorry about the sound.
nails on a chalkboard. Type in bamboo spool into search here.
All right. 1 second.
Do. And so one thing, just an enter. Oh, you did. Yeah. So the first one, you'll notice who made it. Bamboo Lab made their spool available and ready to print. The community, in quotes, has taken it and made all these different variants off of that spool, like with the honeycombing, and that kind of stuff. This guy's like, make sure you don't use PLA in your air dryer. Whoops. So, at least these print in about 2 hours. It's an hour per part because it gives you 2 plates.
Yeah.
And
Good, though.
they did make their spools. So, like Gary said, Bamboo Lab did design their spool to work well with the AMS, but I would argue that it works well with any of the multicolor systems, since it works well with the AMS.
CFS, and it fits nice in there.
You can get there's a project on Maker World called the Retagger as well that will let you re-RFID the spool. So when you take it apart, you can rewrite the RFID tag to the colors.
I pulled
that you
my
want.
RFID tag out of one of them, and I was kind of playing with that. I wonder where I did with it. Don't see it around here,
but you can buy the equipment. I think the whole thing, because it's an ESP32 with or without a screen, you just need a button.
And you can reprogram them.
Yeah.
But yes, we were gonna experiment on my fridge.
Oh yeah, we gotta come do that.
So I have a fridge with the water filter, and it won't flow the water through the water filter if you get the one without the RFID tag, which is ridiculous. It should default to flowing.
That should be the default.
So I had to heat gun and peel off the old RFID and stick it on the new filters to allow it to go. Now it still it thinks that it always needs to be changed, even though it's a brand new filter.
Like beep 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 beep.
Smart things aren't so smart when you can outsmart them.
No. So it's one of those things like they started doing that with those washing machines, and they're like, oh, you'll get an error
I have
message.
a smart dishwasher now. Do I need a
Yeah,
smart dishwasher? No, I need a dishwasher.
I also have a smart dishwasher. Don't ask me why it's smart.
You can
Um,
download different wash modes.
yeah, yeah, you can.
I
It was
can
so
also push different buttons to get different wash modes.
it
I
was
pretty
so
much wash it
stupid.
on the same mode every time.
Yeah, I open the door and then I click close and go. But I
Yeah.
feel like on the topic of spools, I don't know of any other manufacturer. Like I know there's the master spool. That's a
Yeah.
thing. But I don't know of any other manufacturers releasing a spool. Like
That's true.
yeah.
I haven't. No, I haven't looked at all the manufacturers, but you're right. Like
I
it.
mean Spool has one.
Yeah,
But I don't know
that's
of
true.
a manufacturer that sends you their filament on a reusable spool.
I mean, I know a few. You can buy the stuff, and then you can get the. I think you can purchase the spool from them originally, and then just
Hmm.
swap it, right?
Yeah.
But
And they
yeah, I know
cost you
what you're saying.
$10 more. So like I don't know. In this case I think I'd be okay with getting behind this spool. It works well. It's well designed. It fits AMS's,
So
CFS's.
if you could save the weight of this, do you get when you order a kilogram? Do you get even more? Because you're not you're saving the weight of the spool.
I think they get you in those measurements because the kilogram is always, don't they say 1,000 meters? I forget
I don't know.
what the full spool is, but they'll always say, "Oh no, it's a kilogram, but it's this many meters," and you're like, "Okay, that's sad." Um,
Can I get lead filament and then you don't?
well, they do that. Remember the color fab copper fill we had?
Oh,
It was like half a roll or less
yes,
because of the
that's
weight.
true. That's true. It was very dense.
Yeah, need quotes around that 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram.
About 1 kilogram.
Best effort, that's what we're talking about here. Best effort to give you a kilogram.
Yeah.
But like I truly think like when the topic is right, there is a problem with reusable filament, and lots of manufacturers thought the solution was go to cardboard spools because then people can recycle them. Well, that's a load of crap. I say it right now because cardboard spools suck. They're the worst thing ever. Even when you're not.
We could probably go to big screen now. If we
Hey,
haven't.
going to big screen mode. Whoa. But like I see the intent behind the cardboard spool, right? Like, hey, we want to be we're in a hobby, we're in an area where we waste plastic, so why don't we try to do something?
And that's valid, but at least I don't know. I think you're right. Like they are garbage. I've had a couple.
Yeah.
They don't work well. They
And
don't despool very well, and
they come tangled.
yeah.
I've had more cardboard spools tangled than not.
Yeah.
The other problem they have, especially in like the AMS CFSs, one, the AMS light usually just breaks them when you shove it on to the spindle.
Oh yeah.
Two,
Yeah.
when they start getting lower down, you'll see them skip in your AMS, like physically when they go forward. It like will jerk the filament up and out of the seat, and then you either get loud noises or failed prints, because this filament is tangled around.
Yeah.
Uh, and honestly, like, what's better? A spool that I can refill, 100%. Like a refillable spool, like the one that Bamboo has, the master spool, that kind of stuff. I think is a better option to keep waste out of the landfill than cardboard, because in the end we're still doing something with the cardboard. It's going out the door into the bin, and it depends what your city or area does with the cardboard. do they actually recycle it? Do they just have a special
Well,
spot for it in the
and
landfill?
and I don't know what the Bamboo Lab spool is made out of because they don't indicate it on here. So I'm not sure.
Probably
Can I
ABS.
put this in the recycling? Because
Probably
it doesn't have the
not.
label. So then we put it in the bin. Do they know how to sort it?
I doubt
Right.
it.
Right. So that's an issue. Like, so if you're gonna have spools, you should almost put on it the recycle number,
Yeah, so you at
like
least
on
know
it,
where
so
you
that you
can
can,
bin it.
so that when it, if you do throw it in the recycle bin, they know what they can do with it, right?
Yeah.
Or you can then know that it can go in there at all. I'm fine with saving spools and return, if we could return them to where we bought them too. Like if they'll take them back,
Yeah.
that'd be fine too.
Well, there was that one
And some places
company
do.
where you'd once you were finished, you'd send them your spools back, and then they'd put more filament on it, and you'd send it
Yeah.
back to you. I forget what company it was.
I've never asked Derek if he wants any of the empties.
I don't think so. The thing is for them, like,
Then you got to
like,
deal with it. You got to send them back.
well, like, yeah, and unless you're an in-house filament maker, which they are not, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Probably don't need them.
then they have to send them somewhere else. It's more work for the business
Mm-hmm.
than just here's a spool, reuse it, put more filament. Now, if they got all their filament on cardboard, right? Like just the cardboard core that those refills
Mhm.
come on, and then you send it to them, and then they're doing that, or or sending those out to you, sure. But then
Yeah.
you need a reusable spool. I
Yeah.
remember trying to take part of the spool because it's almost reusable, but you end up having to break the tab, and you're like,
Yeah,
no,
it's kind of glued. I tried that once too. It doesn't work.
it's like, no, I don't want to. But I think
Dominic was saying he thinks that QIDI
yeah,
is waiting for all this to shake out before releasing their version of the AMS.
which to shake out spools.
Maybe. I don't know
Or-
if that's
or
something
other
that'll
things?
ever be fully shaken out, because I don't know if all companies will agree on something, right? It's
Oh, they
one of
won't.
those. Yeah.
Straight up, you're gonna have to make the decision for yourself.
I think you have to kind of either design for your own filament or design for the largest spool you can find and
Yeah.
try to make it so that it'll also be fit smaller spools, like, which then will change the footprint of whatever device you're trying to make. So if you're trying to make it within a certain footprint, you may have to make it bigger, right?
It's very true.
So it's frustrating. Like, if you control the whole ecosystem, like Bamboo, like they designed for their spools, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's tough when everyone else and their dog, doesn't get the same spools from every other. Like, there's probably 30 different places that make them.
Well, and that's just it, right? Like, how many times have we gotten like spools in the past where it's like you buy this Amazon roll and you're like, oh, that just looks like Elegoo filament with a different label on the front. There's
Right.
only 3 or 4. And yeah, refills 100% as far as like longevity and cutting down the cost. Refills are the way to go.
Yeah.
Moving forward, it's just
But
there
then
has to be
then
more incentive, because right now, like on Bamboo Lab, it's $4 difference between a refill and the buying.
like
the spool.
$4 cheaper or more expensive.
It's cheaper to get the refill.
Okay,
than
so
it is
well,
the
that's
regular one.
That's good.
When you buy the refill from Bamboo Labs, it does come with on the cardboard spool, a little spool in the core, and it comes with the RFID
Oh, nice.
tags. So like,
Yeah, I haven't ordered any.
Esun has
I've
a
ordered
bunch of refills.
Yeah. So for the RFID thing, it'd be nice if there was also a standard for that, right? because more and more printers are doing their own thing. Like, the AMS can read RFID tags and all that, and which is great. But if another manufacturer has an RFID tag and you put it in there and it's not compatible, that's going to be frustrating, right? So
Well,
it would be nice. Now, is it really hard to push a button and choose your color and choose your filament type? No.
yeah, but
It's not.
again,
It's kind of a first world problem.
if you're if you're one of those, you're right.
But
Like if you buy quality filament, but should it work on is there a reason for a manufacturer to say, okay, well, like we'll let quality spools read on the AMS too, because like they have our.
It would be nice if there was a standard, but it's one of those things. Sometimes
Gary's
it's
commented one of those. Today. The great thing about standards is there's so many to choose from.
That's Gary. You're so right.
100%.
Yeah,
Maybe
I want this
standard, for a standard.
But I want this standard.
Maybe we're looking
I want the
to play together.
ISO 9483. That's the one I want. We should all go with that one.
I missed 800 standard.
Oh, fine.
Be that way. And then you have to explain what the standard means and how it's almost exactly the same as the other one, and then they go, "But why didn't we use the other one then?"
Yeah. It's you're right. There's very, very good truth in what you say, Gary.
So Greg was on the prowl, I guess, on his forums and RSS feeds and stuff, and he found a new AI. Is that what I'm? Well,
no. Here? So, okay. So I don't know if you've heard of Hugging Face.
No.
David, have you heard of Hugging Face?
Like from Alien?
No. Hugging Face is an AI platform where you can host a lot of AI stuff and whatnot. You can try some of the models and whatnot. But what's kind of neat, let's see if I can get it to go up on my share. All right, I'll have to put it up there, and then I will go like this.
Am I sharing your screen share?
Sure.
Okay, we're sharing screen share.
Yeah.
So you stopped sharing. Stop it! You gotta keep the share going. Okay, go.
So Hugging Face has partnered with a couple of other companies to make some robotics kits that you can get, and this one's kind of cool because you've got a arm that you control, which then remotely controls a secondary arm with a camera, so you can actually you can see the pistol grip there, and you can across the, like if you're like in a you could have two of them, and you could be like practicing your surgery or whatever, remote surgery. So, but it's kind of cool depending on which kit you buy. Some of them you can get the pre-printed parts, and other ones you can actually print the parts. So depending on how much you want to spend, it's anywhere from I think $50 to $500. But yeah, it's kind of cool. But you can see like there's the pistol grip there and the little actuator to open and close the claws, and then when you move it around, it mimics your movement on the other side, and then they use AI in between just to help kind of refine it so that it's a little more smooth and responsive to your movements and whatnot. So I thought this was kind of cool. Like this kind of technology and whatnot is kind of what AI is meant to do. It's meant to assist us, right, as a tool. And and throw in 3D printing and robotics. Come on, that's cool.
Dominic wants a robot arm just to remove the purge strips.
Perfect.
Actually, I don't know if I can find it, Dominic, but somebody's So somebody automated the A1. So like in the past, we've seen like the belt printers where the prints just eject because they get to the end of the belt. Somebody made a scoop arm so that it just knocks the print off the plate and then it keeps going. Well, this one, it's a robot that literally lifts the plate off of the A1 and puts it
And
in
puts a new plate on it.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I saw who was I think Prusa and their big when they had their cube thing before they came out with their Core XY.
mhm.
They had this cube printing system that they had. It was like a wall of like 20 printers or whatever, but they had it automated so that it would switch out the plates, so that you could use it in a manufacturing type environment and whatnot. I don't know if it was just a prototype thing they were showing off on the one show, or if it's something that they're doing for their in-house manufacturing. But it was quite cool.
I found the link, so I'm gonna show it to everybody.
Okay,
Screen share.
I'm gonna stop my sharing so you go big.
No, don't stop sharing it. It's fine.
Stop.
So this is what it looks like. So this is the A1 Mini, and you can see it has like a hopper in the back with a bunch of build plates, and then it adds the tabs to the front of them. So that's how the machine is actually like changing the actual swap out. Let's see if we can find. Okay, go.
No, it's not actually. It's showing different
Oh,
stuff.
there.
It's not showing the process.
Let's see.
It's kind of neat.
There it is. There's the change. So
there you
like
go.
So like it has like a hook.
So so it hooks and slides a new one on.
Yeah.
And then it slides the other one off. That's kind of neat.
So he has like a hopper there, and I'm just gonna mute it because it's driving me nuts. Yeah, so like it just grabs it and switches it.
That's pretty slick. I gotta say that's pretty neat.
And I mean this is a Kickstarter, so play at your own risk. I don't use too many Kickstarters. I've done one. So
I've done a couple
like
over the years. I haven't done one recently.
Just remember, a Kickstarter isn't actually a purchase; it's a hope for a purchase.
It's a hope and a dream that it might eventually come to you.
But for a printer like an A1 Mini, this system makes a lot of sense because you're fitting less on the build plate, and now you can just keep going. I did see this.
That's pretty neat.
I swear I saw one for the A1 as well. Like it was just in like a like an Instagram reel, Facebook reel thing.
Oh yeah, that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, so like you could end up printing a giant project and not even be there.
Well,
which is kind of neat.
I think you'd want to be there, but I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But I'm like you said earlier, praise our robot overlords.
It's all about automation and getting rid of jobs.
Making more jobs for the people that have to maintain the robots.
What's your job? You move plate. No.
You fix robot that moves plate.
You fix robot. So a little bit of a recap from the beginning of the stream here because we're getting to the end of the stream. But one, like, share, and subscribe. We do this at the wrong time, but do it anyway. Two, if you want to find us, you can get everything on 3youmake.ca. 3, Patreons are awesome. Dominic, it did show the change, so we're gonna have a new graphic out. Remember, Patreon benefits going into summer changed a little bit because we won't have the Patreon live streams, but we will have the Discords. We'll get the other Discord up. The other thing is we're not here next week. Maybe Greg.
Maybe, but we'll see.
It's like 50-50.
If I'm here, I might invite some of our Discordians into into a stream so that we can still chat and everything. So
Should try Video Ninja. Apparently, it works really well. Anyway, that's a side
Uh,
topic.
hey.
Yeah, and then the other thing that we mentioned too, and it happens every year, is once we get midway through June, usually is where it gets real sketchy with
Yeah,
summer. So we will probably have some summer streams, but we will not
but
be
they'll
around all
be more
summer.
sporadic.
Yeah. So that's kind of the housekeeping things that we want to get out there. But thanks for hanging out today, everybody. We had fun talking about why we can't have a standard with a standard.
But Gary summed it up the best. There's so many
that.
to choose
That's
from.
so good, Gary. So many standards to pick from. And then we will we'll regroup. We'll see you guys. Maybe I'll put a video together and put it on the Discord with the spool changer thing.
Yeah.
Or the filament winder thing.
Yeah.
All in all, I think it costs about $20.
And everyone, have a happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
If you haven't called your mother, if you call your mother. If your kid's mother is still in your life, make sure you treat her nice.
Wise words from Greg, everybody. All right. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.
Bye.